I'm on an e-bike and I'm headed to the car wash. This is the Velotric Discover 2, and they've made this completely waterproof. Okay, let's go see if it still works. It is very much wet. There we go. Nice. Lights are still working. Tail lights. Now let's see if it actually rides. Hit the throttle, and we got juice. Nice. Now you're probably thinking that a fully waterproof bike is gonna cost a pretty penny, but this is actually pretty affordable at only $1,700. And at that price, you have a very reactive motor. When I release the throttle, power cuts off right away. If I re-engage, a little bit long, not too bad, about a half a second before the power comes on, but that's not the part of the motor that I like. The part I like is in the pedals. I'll stop pedaling, cuts off almost right away. If I re-engage, there's less than 1 revolution and the power comes on. That's a little bit more reactive than other bikes with the same price. And with that torque sensor, that does mean you have to put in effort to get the bike to top out. Well, we know you can hit 29 miles per hour on the flats, but what about when you start to climb? You got a 750 watt motor, 75 Newton meters of torque, and the bike only weighs 62 pounds. Well, like every other torque sensor bike that I've tried and taken up that hill, I am out of breath a little bit by the time I get to the top. I want to take a break and talk about a few features that Velotric has done very well with this bike and some things that I don't see on bikes in this price range. The first is an 8-speed shifter. This is a trigger style shifter. This is a little bit higher end for a $1,700 bike, and that is matched with a Shimano Altus derailleur, also a little bit higher end. You have nice feeling grips, Tektro hydraulic disc brakes, an LCD color screen, and then check out this control pad. There's turn signals. It does indicate on the LCD screen, but there's no noise, and it doesn't turn off automatically. I like how easy this is to navigate. It tells you exactly what's going on. So reset trip data, change the speed limit, set to the highest at 28, but you can lower that down to 12. Success. I like that too. Like most bikes don't have any indication that what you changed actually was saved. And here it just spells it out. Next one is screen brightness. Oh, you can do auto, that's cool. So as the sun goes down, this will increase the brightness. Oh, you can change the features of the tail light. What? Flashing, steady. That is also something I've never seen on any bike. Throttle limited. If you don't want the throttle to top out at 29 miles per hour, you can change that. Cruise control, and then this does have an app, and the app, I already looked over it, has the exact same things that you can do on the screen. And the last one is you can connect the bike to Find My Phone or Find My app on iPhone, and that way if anybody jacks it, you can hunt those sons of bees down. You have 3 modes, and then you have 5 levels per mode. So the mode is over here. Right now it says boost, and you change the mode by this button underneath here. So there is eco, trail, and boost. And then use the plus and minus to change the assist level. 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 15 different riding experiences with this bike. A couple more things before I hop back on the trail. I want to show you the welding scars, which up by the head tube, there's 0, nada. Very slick, very clean. The paint is a speckled green, and even the Velotric has a green tint to it. They did have to weld pieces together, and they've tried to hide that the best they could down here. They are mindful that we like a good-looking bike. The fenders are aluminum, a high-quality fender. They're not those plastic cheapy ones. And then you got a rear rack, and it can hold up to 66 pounds. Tires are puncture-resistant, and then up here is a front fork suspension with 80 millimeters of travel, and you can adjust that. I'm gonna hop back on and test out the tires, the suspension, and see how comfortable it is. I've come to the part in every city that is a biker or a scooter-er, I don't know if that's a word or not, worst enemy, and that is the transition from the road to the sidewalk. It's a small curb, but most times you're hitting these at fast speeds. Oh, that's actually quite comfortable. Wow. So the suspension and the tires I like. Super comfortable. If you pick this up and use it for city or trail riding, you're not gonna regret it. Now, what I don't like is the very slow acceleration. Let's go. Come on. It does take a while to get up to speed. The first 25, 30 feet are just crawling off the line. The other thing I don't like are the brakes. Every now and again, there's a little bit of handlebar wobble. Most times I can hit the right balance between front and rear brakes, but every now and again when I don't do that, I do get a little bit of wobble. Now that's not a deal breaker, but it is something to be aware of if you are considering this bike. The bike comes in 2 sizes, and on the small size, that's 4'11". On the big size, it's up to 6'4". So if you're one of the smaller people in this world, you can adjust it to fit your rider size. Not only does the saddle go down another 6 inches, the handlebars also adjust. At this position, they're pushed all the way forward, but you can raise them up and you'll get another 6 inches. That's pretty much all I had for this part of the video. One of the most impressive features about the bike is the range. This has an internal 48 volt, 14.7 amp hour, and they say that can take you up to 75 miles. I've got 14 miles on the bike. I started with the 85% battery life, and I've been averaging about 22, 23 miles per hour, and that is pretty much standard with other bikes in the same class. In order to hit 75 miles, you gotta be going pretty slow and weigh around 150 pounds. In my experience, that's where most companies test their ranges out. All right, guys, well, if you ever had the desire to power wash your bike, there you go. Pick up the Discover 2. Now, if you guys like this company and you want to see a few more models that I've reviewed, they will be here and here. So go check those out. Thanks for watching and take care.